Now let's continue the chapter. Over a long period of time, say thousands of years, the environs of a place change. Those animals which adapt to the changes survive, others die or are wiped out. The adaptation also leads to some changes in their body structures and habits. This is the reason for the presence of such a large number of plants and animals on the earth. Over a long period of time, means thousands of years, if the environment of a place change, then the animals which adapt themselves to that environment, they will survive. Others who are not able to adapt themselves to that environment will not survive. They will die or they will be wiped out. Okay, so the adaptation also leads to the change of the body structures of an animal and their habits. Okay, this is the reason why there are large number of plants and animals present on earth, because if they adapt themselves according to the environment, they survive, and others which do not adapt, they die or they are wiped out from the earth. Features of different habitats. Some aquatic habitats. Aquatic plants and animals are the ones which live in water. Fishes live inside water but generally move in its upper layers. They have streamlined bodies. Octopus lives in the depth of oceans and doesn't move much. Its body is not streamlined. An octopus has 8 arms and has the ability to regrow its arm if any of the arms is cut. Aquatic plants are quite different from terrestrial ones. Aquatic plants can be generally divided into 3 types. Now, aquatic habitats. In aquatic habitats, plants and animals both live in water. Fishes live inside water, but generally they move in the upper layer of water. They have streamlined body. Octopus, it lives in the depth of the oceans, but it doesn't move. Its body is also not streamlined. An octopus has 8 arms, and if its one arm is cut, it has the ability to regrow that arm. Aquatic plants are different from terrestrial ones. They are divided into 3 types: floating, fixed and submerged. Floating plants. These do not have well developed roots and float with the current of water. Their flowers and leaves remain above water. For example, duckweed. Now the floating plants, they don't have well developed roots and therefore they floats with the current of the water. Their flowers and leaves remain above water. For example, duckweed. Fixed plant. The flowers and leaves of these plants float on water, but their stems remain fixed to a place. The roots are poorly developed. For example, lotus, water lily. The stem of a lotus is very long, thin and has air canals in it. The leaves are big and round. The petals and leaves have a waxy coating on them to prevent them from rotting. The flowers and leaves of fixed plant, they float on water. Flowers and leaves float on water, but their stems remain fixed to a place. Their roots are also very poorly developed. For example, lotus and water lily. The stem of lotus is very long. It has air canal in it. Its leaves are big and round. The petals and leaves, its petal and leaf have a waxy coating on them, which prevent them from rotting. Submerged plants. Some plants like Hydrilla vallisneria remain submerged inside the water. Some terrestrial habitats. Deserts. The area which receive very less rainfall and therefore have very less vegetation are called deserts. The soil is mostly sandy, water bodies are few and far from each other. Deserts are very hot during the day but cold during the night. The plants present in deserts have adapted themselves to conserve water. This can be seen by studying the modification in a cactus plant. The stem of the cactus plant is fleshy and swollen to retain water. It is green as it prepares food by photosynthesis. Leaves have turned into spines to minimize the water loss by transpiration. The roots go deep down under the soil in search of water. The stem also has a waxy coating on it to prevent water loss. Desert. In desert areas, there is very less rainfall and therefore the vegetation is also very less in deserts. Its soil is mostly sandy and water bodies are very few and they are very far from each other, and it is very hot during the day but cold during the night in desert areas. The plants which are present in desert, they adapt themselves to conserve water because there is very less water. So you can see the modifying characters in cactus plant. Its stem is fleshy and it is swollen to retain water. It retains waters in it, and it also prepares food by the process of photosynthesis. The leaves of cactus plants are modified into spines so that there is less water loss by transpiration. Its root also, they go deep under the soil in search of water. Its stem also has a waxy coating which prevent the water loss. Okay. Now activity, this you have to do at home. This activity will show that cactus can survive for a long time without water. Do not forget to water your cactus after this activity. The animals living in the desert have also adapted themselves to the high temperatures of their habitat. The desert are full of snakes, scorpions, rats, etc. To escape the heat of the desert, these animals live in the burrows dug under the ground during the day and come out only during the night. Their eyes are also adapted to see at night. The animals which live in desert, they adapt themselves to the high temperature of their habitat. Okay, deserts are full of snakes, scorpions, and rats. To escape from the heat of the desert, these animals dig burrows under the ground during the day, and then they come out during the night. Their eyes are also adapted to see at night. Now children, this much for today's class. In next class, we will discuss about mountains. Okay, till then stay safe, stay at home, keep on learning. Thank you children.